So this is from an obscure singer-songwriter from California, from America, And I don't know. If you haven't heard this song, you ought to go out and check out this guy. He passed away, but I don't know. I think he might go places. Well, Uptown got its hustlers, Bowery's got its bum. 42nd Street got Big Jim Walker, he's a pool shooting son of a gun. He's as big and dumb as a man can come, and he's stronger than a country horse. And when the bad folks all get together at night, they all call Big Jim Boss, just because you don't tug on Superman's cape, you don't speed into the wind, you don't pull the mask off that old Long Range, and you don't mess around with Jim. Well, up in South Alabama come a country boy, says I'm looking for a man named Jim. I am a pool shooting boy, my name is Willie McCoy, but back at home they can call me Slim. Well, I'm a looking for the king of 42nd Street, drop top Cadillac. Last week I took all my money, and I know it sounds funny, but I come to get my money back. And everybody say Jack, they don't tug on Superman's cape, you don't speed into the wind, you don't pull the mask off that old Long Range, and you don't mess around with Jim. Well, a hush fell over the pool room when Jim had come bopping in off the street. When the cutting was done, the only part that wasn't bloody was the sole of the big man's feet. He was cut about 100 places, Lord, it was a shot and a couple more. And you better believe it's an unjuking kind of story when a Big Jim hit the floor. Everybody say Jack, say you don't tug on Superman's cape, you don't speed into the wind, you don't pull the mask off that old Long Range, and don't mess around with Slim. Well, I guess old Jim got his act straightened out there. You don't go hustling people that are strange to you, even if you do have your own custom made, hand inlaid, got its own case, two-piece pool cue that you can hustle people around the town. Just like that man named Leroy Brown. This song is kind of like Leroy Brown. It's one of them story songs about got his act straightened out there. He's a little bit too big for his britches. We got taken down to size. Well, you don't tug on Superman's cape, you don't speed into the wind, you don't pull the mask off that old Long Range, and you don't mess around with Jim. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm going down to the Greyhound station, gonna get a ticket to ride. Gonna find that lady with 2 or 3 kids and sit down by her side. Ride till the sun comes up and down around me about 2 or 3 times. Smoking cigarettes in the last seat, trying to hide my sorrow from the people who meet and get along with it all. Go down when people say y'all, sing a song with a friend, change the shape that I'm in, and get back in the game and start playing again. Well, I'd like to stay, but I might have to go and start over again. Might go back down to Texas, might go to somewhere that I've never been. Get up in the morning and go out at night, and I don't have to go home. along, change the words of this song, start singing again. I'm tired of running around looking for answers to questions that I already know. I could build me a castle of memories just to have somewhere to go. Count the days and the nights till it takes to get back in the saddle again. Feed the pigeons some clay, turn the night into day, and start talking again when I know what to say. I'm going down to the Greyhound station, gonna get a ticket to ride. Gonna find that lady with 2 or 3 kids and sit down by her side. Ride till the sun comes up and down around me about 2 or 3 times. Smoking cigarettes in the last seat, trying to hide my sorrow from the people I meet and get along with it all. Go down when people say y'all, feed the pigeons some clay, turn the night into day, and start talking again when I know what to say. Thank you very much. All right. Mama Pajama rolled out of bed and she ran to the police station. And the papa found out, he began to shout and started the investigation. Was against the law, was against the law. What the mama saw was against the law. Well, loot on the ground and loot on the ground every time my name gets mentioned. And the papa said, oh, if I catch that boy, I'm gonna stick him in the house of detention. Well, I'm on my way, I don't know where I'm going, I'm on my way, taking my time, but I don't know where. Goodbye to Rosie, Queen of Corona. See me and Julio down by the schoolyard. See me and Julio down by the schoolyard. I'm horrible at whistling. Feel free to whistle along. Oh, in a couple of days they're gonna take me away, but the press let the story leak. And the radical priest come to give me release, and we was all on the cover of Newsweek. Well, I'm on my way, I don't know where I'm going, on my way, I'm taking my time, but I don't know where. Goodbye to Rosie, Queen of Corona. See you, me and Julio down by the schoolyard. See you, me and Julio down by the schoolyard. See you, me and Julio down by the schoolyard. Those kids doing? What do you think they were doing out behind the schoolyard that they needed an investigation? I'm telling you what I think. I think they were smoking a homemade, hand-rolled, homegrown cigarette. And sometimes you can sing directly about it, and sometimes you just kind of have to come at it from an angle, you know? And I think that's what Paul did here. Baby loves me when I'm singing. She loves me when I play. She loves to tell me that she loves me every single day. She loves me when I'm reading. She loves me when I write. She loves me when I'm dark and sad. She loves me when I'm bright. She loves me when I listen. She loves me when I sleep. She loves me when I'm shallow. She loves me when I'm deep. She loves me when I come home in the middle of the night, too tired to hold her and too tired to fight. She loves me when I'm tame. She loves me when I'm wild. She loves me when I'm smiling at smiling little child. And if you ask her why, she'll say she loves me because she loves me, 'cause she loves me, 'cause she loves me, 'cause she does, 'cause she does. Oh, she does. She loves me when it's raining. She loves me when it's sunny. She loves me when I'm poor. She loves when I have money. She loves me when I'm quiet. She loves when I make noise. She loves me when I stay home, when I go out with my boys. She loves me when I'm early. She loves me when I'm late. She loves the way the peaches taste straight out of the crate. Yes, she loves to go to parties. She loves to laugh out loud. She loves to point me out to folks in the middle of a crowd. It's that bald guy. And if you ask her why, she'll say she loves me because she loves me, 'cause she loves me, 'cause she loves me, 'cause she does, 'cause she does. Oh, she does. Oh, yes, she does. Oh, she does. Oh, she loves me when I'm preaching. She loves me when I pray. She'll love me just as much tomorrow as she does today. She loves me when I'm dreaming. She loves my wild ideas. She loves me when I'm screaming out. She wipes away my tears. She only uses words as shields and never as swords. She says only boring people get bored. And if you ask her why, she'll say she loves me because she loves me, 'cause she loves me, 'cause she loves me, 'cause she does, 'cause she does. Oh, she does. Oh, yeah, she does. Oh, she does. Oh, yes, she does. Yes, she does. Oh, yes, she does. Yes, she does. Yes, my baby loves me. Baby loves me. Loves me, loves me, loves me, 'cause she does. Hold it. Thank you very much. I'm growing marijuana in my yard. Growing marijuana in my yard. I got little pots of pot spread out all over the lot, 'cause I'm growing marijuana in my yard. I got the seed from Mexico. Stuck it in some dirt and let it go. Put in my garden with my peppers and my peas, and I get all the smoke I need for free. 'Cause I'm growing marijuana in my yard. Growing marijuana in my yard. We keep it where no one can see, so let's keep this between you and me. But I'm growing marijuana in my yard. I'm growing marijuana in my yard. But I can't tell my boss or I'll get fired. I don't grow much, just what I use. Work all day, and when I'm through, smoke a little marijuana from my yard after the kids are asleep. I'm gonna pass it over to him. Let him hit it for a time. Oh, you're just getting it going good. Hit it again. Oh! Yeah! Wants to talk to me. He says, how you gonna smoke up all that weed? He says, money's what you're in it for. Don't you know we're in a war? Now I'm gonna haul your ass downtown with me. And I said, hey man, what is it to you? How do I infringe on what you do? I beg your pardon if you're big by my garden, but I just can't grow Prozac in my yard. So I grow my whole medicine in my yard. I give some to my neighbor for his heart. I share it with my grandma, who keeps it from her son, 'cause we all know that stuff's against the law. Now there's nothing growing in my yard, 'cause the cops took all my land, both my cars. Now I have to buy my pot from a teenager in the parking lot who's growing marijuana in his yard. Oh, anyone can grow it in their yard. Hey, I can show you how. It ain't hard. Never mind this president. Let's just overgrow the government and all grow marijuana in our yard. Let's grow some marijuana in our yard. Thank you so much.
Light him up.
Thank you so much. Going to tell you a story that you won't believe, but before I get started, maybe the kids better leave and any of you other highly sensitive folks. Well, I'll try my best to keep it clean, but I've seen worse called PG-13 that didn't even really have as funny a jokes. Yeah, this story's got everything a good story needs: money and sex, corruption and greed, bribes and violent death, and if that ain't enough, it's got overseas conspiracy and underage girls, the biggest air courier company in the world. I swear to God, friends, I ain't making this stuff up. Well, I'm assuming you've all heard of DHL. Well, this story's about Mr. H himself and the crazy ways he lived and he died. Now I want you folks to all understand that I'm not about to judge the man. No, his fate is now for his maker to decide. A show like this, they ought to be selling tickets. A show like this, it should not be free. All you gotta do to see it, open up your eyes and you can have the seat right next to me. That's it. Now Larry started DHL modest enough. He had all his friends out driving delivery trucks, at least until the really big money started rolling in. Larry didn't like giving the government money, so he moved to a place where it's always sunny and the IRS man never ever win. Talking about Saipan, friends. Tax haven. tropical paradise. Yeah, Larry really liked it out here in the tropics. He could be an expert on a whole bunch of topics, especially since he was the richest dude around. He wasn't much of a lawyer, but they made him a judge toward the U.S. government. He still held a grudge, and soon he became friends with all the politicians in town. I got that from Woody. You know, he never dressed up in a suit and a tie, wore t-shirts and jeans like an average guy. To look at him, you might think he's some kind of bum. No, he wasn't really into material possessions. He was occupied with other obsessions, the kind that some men find so hard to overcome. You see, Larry was something of a ladies' man. He was always out trying different brands, kind of like Imelda Marcos was with her shoes. A condom, Larry said, his face turning sour. I don't wear a raincoat when I'm taking a shower, so he planted a few time bombs with a 9-month fuse. Now this part of the story, I must confess, is where things turn into a bit of a mess. You see, Larry, who was once our hero, becomes the goat. I feel so bad that I gotta betray it, but I guess the nicest way I know how to say it is that some of Larry's girlfriends were too young to vote. But a show like this, they ought to be selling tickets. Show like this, it should not be free. All you gotta do is sit. Is open up your eyes and you can have a seat right next to me. Now Larry had another peculiar passion. He bought a couple of old planes that were way out of fashion and he tried like hell to fly them on his own. He was always asking people if they wanted to ride, but his pilot's application came back denied, so most people decided they'd rather just stay home. Well, it was bound to happen sooner or later. The more he did it, the odds got greater that each flight Larry took would be the end. Well, it's been going on a bunch of years since Larry and his plane just disappeared and he was never, ever seen or heard from again. Lost on the high sea. Shark food, I guess. Well, as soon as Larry was gone, the crab-picked fans' business partner knew needed plans. They thought Larry's fortune should be their own. So they cooked up a scheme one night really late to borrow some money and took over the estate, putting up all their stock to get the loan. Just one of them, long ago, Larry's time bomb showed up, said, "No, wait a minute, that stuff belongs to us because we're the only descendants of Larry had." Then Larry got going a little too fast, didn't I? Yeah, Larry's old friends were feeling pretty sore. They were trying to get their butts kicked in court, and it was looking like Larry's kids might just take the mother load. So they pulled out one of Larry's old tricks he used to use when he got in a fix. See, when the going gets tough, just change the code. The probate code, that is. Stiffs and gifts. They wrote up a special piece of legislation disinheriting children whose parents' relations had occurred outside the marriage institution. Not one bit of shame showed on their faces when they made it apply to pending cases, even though they knew that was against the Constitution. Larry's kids and their lawyers all jumped up and shouted, "Hey, don't you even want to find out if we can prove our claims are real through DNA?" But the deals were cut in smoky back rooms between the local leaders and Larry's friends' goons, and the law was bought on Capitol Hill that day. So that's where we are in the story right now. I'm hoping for a happy ending somehow, but it's looking like it's going to be in court for quite a while. So in the meantime, I'll just hope and pray that one of these days they'll test the DNA, but until that happens, I guess I'll just sit back and smile. Because a show like this, they ought to be selling tickets. A show like this should not be free. If you want to find out what happens next, you gotta tune into NBC. And you can have a seat right next to me. Yeah! So imagine, instead of this really comfortable porch, I'm singing this song in front of a TV camera in a bar in Saipan. After I finished, the guy who was doing the correspondent, his name was Dennis Murphy, he came up to me and just shook my hand like crazy. He says, "Dude, you're going platinum. That is amazing." And then he took off with his own little friend from Asia. And then the producer, a woman, comes up to me and she's looking at me saying, "You were reading something up there." And I was. I had the lyrics all written out on a poster board because I had just written them that afternoon, basically. And they said, "Can we have a copy of those?" I said, took them off the music stand and handed them to her, and she handed them to the writer and said, look, he did your job for you. And I said, I sure did. I put the choruses where the commercials should go. This is exactly how you should tell your story, and it's exactly how they did. You're probably figuring from the fact that you're seeing me here for the first time that they did, in fact, leave my performance on the cutting room floor. But I got my revenge by writing another verse. You see, a little bit more backstory here. Again, taking a short story and making it unnecessarily long. I had a reason for wanting to tell the story the way I did. At the time, I was fulfilling my own dreams at the expense of my parents. They really wanted me to grow up and be a folk singer, but I instead went to law school. And I was a practicing attorney on Saipan, and I represented one of those children who claimed that Larry was daddy, whose mother claimed that Larry was daddy. So I wrote another verse. Well, that's about all I can talk about now because I'm under a confidentiality vow, but we've been celebrating this settlement now for a while. So there's not a whole lot more I can say, but for those of you wondering about the DNA, take one guess why I'm wearing this great big smile. Because a show like this, they're gonna see selling tickets. A show like this won't be free for long unless you're staying at the Inn on Montfort. If you want to find out what happens next, you gotta come out to hear me play and sing. And I'll keep adding verses to this song. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thanks to Tom for learning that song on the fly.
Yeah.
Well, I packed my bags and bought myself a ticket for the land of the tall palm tree. Aloha, old Milwaukee. Hello, Waikiki. Well, I just touched down from the aeroplane when I heard her say, wacka wacka nuka licka, wacka wacka nuka licka, would you like a lay? Hey, let's talk dirty in Hawaiian, whisper in my ear. Kikapuka maka wawahine are the words I long to hear. Lay your coconut on my tiki, what the heck a muka muka dear. Let's talk dirty in Hawaiian, say the words I long to hear. Well, it's a ukulele Honolulu sunset. Listen to the grass skirts sway. Drinking rum from the pineapple out on Honolulu Bay. Well, the steel guitars are a-playing while she's talking with her hands. Gimme, gimme, okadoka, make a wish, I wanna poke words I'll understand. Well, let's talk dirty in Hawaiian, whisper in my ear. Kikapuka maka wawahine are the words I long to hear. Lay your coconut on my tiki, what the heck a muka muka dear. Let's talk dirty in Hawaiian, say the words I long to hear. So I know what you're thinking. You hear a singable chorus like that? Sing along, right? Well, I'm not gonna Pete Seeger y'all into this, you know, by trying to shout the words out and having you sing it back to me. I know that y'all probably picked it up. I saw some lips moving the second time through. People last week did it perfectly, so you got a lot of pressure on you. Well, I bought a lot of jungle with my moolah, and I sent it to the folks back home. Never had the chance to dance a hula. Well, I guess I should have known. When you start talking to a sweet wahine, walking in the pale moonlight, okadoka what I said, naka rocka sis boom bakas, hope I said it right. Well, everybody now, let's talk dirty in Hawaiian, whisper in my ear. Here's your part now. Kikapuka maka wawahine are the words I long to hear. That was horrible. Lay your coconut on my tiki, what the heck a muka muka dear. Let's talk dirty in Hawaiian, say the words I long to hear. Oh yeah, let's talk dirty in Hawaiian, say the words I long to hear. Woo! Oh, thank you so much. trip out to L.A., tooling along in my Chevrolet, toking on a number and digging on the radio. But just as I crossed that Mississippi line, I heard that highway starting to whine. I knew that left rear tire was about to go. Well, the spare was flat, and I got uptight because I knew there wasn't a filling station in sight, so I limped on down the shoulder on the rim. Went as far as I could. When I stopped the car, it was right in front of this little bar, kind of a redneck-looking joint called the Dewdrop Inn. Well, I tucked my hair up under my hat, and I told the bartender that I had a flat, and would he be kind enough to give me change for one? Well, one thing I was sure proud to see, there wasn't a soul in the joint except for him and me, and he just looked disgusted and pointed toward the telephone. So I called up the station down the road a ways, and he said he wasn't very busy today, and he could have somebody out there in about 10 minutes or so. He said, you just stay right where you're at, and I didn't bother to tell the darn fool that I sure as hell didn't have any place else to go. So I just ordered up a beer and sat down at the bar, and some guy walked in and said, hey, who owns this car with the peace sign, the mag wheels, and the 4 on the floor? Well, he looked at me, and I damn near died, and I decided I just better wait outside, so I laid $1 on the bar and headed for the door. Well, just when I thought I'd get out of there with my skin, these 5 big dudes come strolling in with this one old drunk chick and some fella with green teeth. Well, I was almost to the door when the biggest one said, you tip your hat to this lady, son. And when I did, all that hair fell out from underneath. Well, the last thing I wanted was to get in a fight in Jackson, Mississippi on a Saturday night, especially when there was 3 of them and only 1 of me. Well, they all started laughing and I felt kind of sick, so I knew I better think of something pretty quick, so I reached out and kicked old Green Teeth right in the knee. Well, he let out a yell that'll curl your hair. Before he could move, I grabbed me a chair and said, watch him, folks, because he's a fairly dangerous man. And so you may not know it, but this man's a spy. He's an undercover agent for the FBI. He was sent down here to infiltrate the Ku Klux Klan. Well, he was still bent over, holding on to his knee, but everybody else was looking and listening to me, and I just laid it on thicker and heavier as I went. I said, would you believe this man has gone as far as tearing Wallace stickers off the bumpers of cars? He voted for George McGovern for president. He's a friend of them long-haired, hippie-type pinko fags. I bet you he's even got a commie flag tacked up on the wall inside of his garage. He's a snake in the grass, I tell you guys. He may look dumb, but that's just a disguise. He's a mastermind in the ways of espionage. Well, they all started looking real suspicious at him, and he jumped up and said, no, wait a minute, Jim, you know he's lying. I've been living here all of my life. Well, I'm a faithful follower of Brother John Birch, and I belong to the Antioch Baptist Church, and I ain't even got a garage. You can call home and ask my wife. Then he started saying something about the way I was dressed, but I didn't stick around to hear the rest. I was too busy moving and hoping I didn't run out of luck. Well, they're just taking my car down off the jacks. So I got in and threw the man a 20 and fired that mother up. Oh, Mary Andretti would have sure been proud of the way I was moving when I passed that crowd coming out the door, headed toward me at a trot. Well, I know I should have gone ahead and run, but somehow I just couldn't resist the fun of chasing them all just once around the parking lot. Yeah, I had them all out there stepping and fetching like their heads were on fire and their asses were catching. I didn't slow down till I was almost to Arkansas. Well, I think I'm going to reroute my trip. I wonder if anybody would think I'd flipped if I went to L.A. via Omaha. Thank you so much. Rambling around this dirty old town, singing for nickels and dimes. Time's getting tough, I ain't got enough to buy me a bottle of wine. Bottle of wine, fruit of the vine. When you gonna let me get sober? Leave me alone, let me go home. Let me go back and start over. Little hotel, not this place, in hell. Dark as the coal in the mine. My blankets are thin, I just lay there and grin. Cause I bought a little bottle of wine. Bottle of wine, fruit of the vine. When you gonna let me get sober? Leave me alone, let me go home. Let me go back and start over. You wanna start over, Tom? Tom Driessen over there on the bass. Well, there's a pain in my head, bugs in my bed. My pants are so old that they shine. Out on the street, I ask the people I meet, hey, could you buy me a bottle of wine? Bottle of wine, fruit of the vine. When you gonna let me get sober? Leave me alone, let me go home. Let me go back and start over. So, that's a song the way Tom originally wrote it. Tom Paxton, I didn't even talk about him. One of the architects of the great folk scare of the 60s and a personal friend of mine. I told him about this gig that I have, and the guests are drinking all the wine they care to drink. Amazing. I told him I don't have to plug in or try to make myself famous. The guests are already here. And I told him that I'd added a verse to his song, and he said, would you sing it for me? I said, yeah. And he laughed and said, yeah, do that. Because he knows that there's nothing like a gig where the people are paying you and the audience is listening for a minute. They're ready for you to get done with this song, though, I know. So where to begin with the folks here at the end? They've always been good friends of mine. They pay me to play and drink Chardonnay from a bottomless bottle of wine. Bottle of wine, fruit of the vine. When you gonna let me get sober? Leave me alone, let me go home. Let me go back and start over. Let me go back and start over. Let me go back and start over. That's Tom, my man. Thanks so much for being the best bed breakfast in the world. Thank you. You say you're not from Texas, man, as if I couldn't tell. You think you pull your boots on right and wear your hat so well. So pardon me my laughter, 'cause I sure do understand. Even Moses got excited when he saw the promised land. I said, that's right, you're not from Texas. That's right, you're not from Texas. That's right, you're not from Texas. Texas wants you anyway. Well, I was born and raised in Texas, and it means so much to me. Oh, my girl comes from down in Florida. We live up near Tennessee. We was driving down that highway. She asked me, baby, what's so great? How come you're always going on about your Lone Star State? I said, that's right, you're not from Texas. That's right, you're not from Texas. That's right, you're not from Texas. Texas wants you anyway. Well, that road, it looks so lovely as she stood there by the side, and she grew smaller in my mirror as I watched her wave goodbye. Well, them boys from South Carolina, man, they sure enough could sing. When they came on down to Texas, man, we all showed them how to swing. Now old David's back in Spartanburg, and old Champ is out on the farm. Uncle Walter's home with Heidi hiding in her loving arms. I said, that's right, you're not from Texas. That's right, you're not from Texas. That's right, you're not from Texas. Texas wants you anyway. Oh, won't you let me? They're okay in Oklahoma, out in Arkansas they fed, but them old folks down in Branson, Missouri don't even know you're there. At a dance hall down in Texas, baby, that's a mighty fine place to be, yeah. Oh, the women there are so beautiful. Men will buy your beer for free. I said, that's right, you're not from Texas. That's right, you're not from Texas. That's right, you're not from Texas. Texas wants you anyway.
That's where you from?
She's from
I know
Missouri.
Missouri. Oh, yeah.
Missouri, yeah. He called it out.
Texas wants you anyway. That's right,
That hot that's what you
Texas.
want.
That's right, you're not from Texas. That's right, you're not from Texas. Texas wants you anyway. That's right. That's right, you're not from Texas. That's right, you're not from Texas. That's right, you're not from Texas. But Texas wants you anyway. So won't you let me help you, mister? Pull your hat down the way I do. Buy your pants just a little bit longer. Next time somebody laughs at you, just tell them you're not from Texas. No, you're not from Texas. That's right, you're not from Texas. Texas wants you anyway. That's right, you're not from Texas. That's right, you're not from Texas. That's right, you're not from Texas. Texas wants you anyway. Texas wants you anyway. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.